you may know, the debate around Two Asian was started by two controversial articles published on November last year. One originally titled Two Asian, Some Frosh Don't Want to Study at an Asian University by Maclean's magazine, and the other originally titled Asian Students Suffering for Success by the Toronto Star. Now the titles of the electronic versions of these two articles have been changed, and it is interesting to note that Maclean's magazine has even changed its title for more than 2 times. In addition to stereotyping Asian students as no fun, academically competitive, and non-communicative as shown on this slide, Maclean's article also argues that those two Asian Canadian top universities risk becoming places of many solitudes, deserts of non-communication. There has been much debate ever since, and the key issues of this debate include racial stereotypes, the classification of them versus us, constructing Asian students, including both Asian Canadian and international students, as a threat and undeniable others, the accountability of the media in an increasingly diverse society and world, affirmative action, which Dr. Don Gildnish will provide more details later, the use of the internet and social media for advocacy and its contributions to democracy, inclusion, and equity. Florence Lee will talk more about this. As shown by these photos, various groups in Canada have actively engaged in this debate. First of all, social media such as Facebook's Two Asian Talkback page have presented different voices and discourses than that of Maclean's, and they, along with various community activist groups, have forced mainstream media to respond. And one of these examples in this regard is that Maclean changed and Toronto Star changed the titles all the time. This debate also generated broader cross-communities alliances. For example, groups that endorsed the open letter to call to eliminate anti-Asian racism released on November 23, 2010, include various Asian communities, other visible minorities groups, student groups, labor groups, and non-government organizations on both local and national levels. Karen Sung will speak about this further. Activist groups have actively worked with politicians in order to push for a lasting systemic change. Canadian universities such as University of British Columbia, University of Toronto, University of Victoria, and Ryerson University, as well as broader academic communities, have also been supportive of this campaign in various forms. For example, the Equity Committee of the Student Society of McGill University is organizing the Two Asian McGill Information and Mobilizing Session on February 7th. Like McMaster, Maclean is not identified as, McGill is not identified as Two Asian by Maclean's. The responses to the Two Asian controversy have been very encouraging and is still ongoing. I know you're eager to hear the panelists' presentation, so I'll end my introduction here by showing part of the letter written by Stephen Toop, the president of University of British Columbia, to the Maclean's magazine. We have also listed the key articles of this debate on the panel program at the back for your information. Now I'll turn to my comrade and a PhD candidate at the School of Social Work, Winnie Loh, to introduce the panelists. Thank you.